Welcome to EasyGates Direct's podcast. As a supplier of gate and garage door automation and access control, we felt we could share our experiences and over 25 years of knowledge on products and views in the marketplace with you that will hopefully be interesting and informative. The podcast will start with a discussion on the Intratone GSM Intercall Intercom that allows user updates via the internet and comes with a SIM card that has free usage for 15 years.
Okay, welcome to today's podcast. This is our very first podcast. Today it's myself, Dave Blake, Technical Manager at EasyGates, and I'm joined with Stuart Roddy, our National Sales Manager at EasyGates, and we'll be discussing a few topics today. Firstly will be the Intratone, the Intracall Intercom system, the GSM Intercom. It's brand new to the market, there's quite a bit of talk about it. Stuart's been pressing it to some of our lead customers, and have you got any feedback so far?
Yes, so far, thanks Dave, thanks for the intro. It's been very well received. It's a product that's got a lot of features at a very affordable price. With our installers, a lot of people really want the flexibility to manage their own intercom systems without the need to pay third-party companies for additional work or adding and removing numbers, and this new Intracall product provides a lot of that functionality. I know you've been involved in setting up demonstrations and test units for people.
Yeah.
So how have you found the programming, Dave?
Yeah, it's not so bad. The key thing with the Intratone equipment is the programming element of it, and they don't really offer a lot in the way of technical documentation or technical information about how to program these units up. So that's basically where we come into play, and we generally, if there's any issues or any kind of queries on technical programming, we set up something like a team viewer session where we can log into each other's machines, and they can basically monitor the process to programming an Intratone system, whether that's one of their radio systems or this Intracall system. But it seems to work very well, and they get all the information they need. It's quite straightforward to set up. It's a little bit daunting to start with because you don't know what you're actually talking about, what you're looking at, what you're looking at in the programming of it. But once you've kind of got your head around the terminology and the platform, it's quite straightforward.
Yeah, I think that's the benefit of some of the things I've seen you produce, Dave, which is technical PDF documents for our customers. It just helps demystify it a bit, doesn't it? It helps explain to them in simple terms how quick and easy it is to set up one of these systems. So I think that's very good, and I know we're looking to increase that library of documents to cover some more of the products in the range. So as well as the intercom products, we've also got a lot of radio and access control systems for keypads, proximity radio systems, which we can all manage through the web.
Yeah. With
these 10 and 15 year contracts included. So really, it's a great tool.
Yeah, excellent. Next topic, I think we are talking about the new DHF Code of Practice that they introduced to us last year. I think it was June last year that it came out. There's been a lot of queries still about this. I mean, I don't think it's been advertised as much as I think it's been lived up to, but we still get a lot of queries, a lot of installers that are still doing 27 measurement tests, and obviously this DHF Code of Practice has reduced that down to a minimum of 4 tests now. What's your kind of take on this? How have you spoken to many customers, and what's your feedback on the
as I think you say, Dave, the document itself is excellent. It gives installers, whether they're DHF members or not, a clear set of guidelines to follow. So they can now produce a compliant gate by, reading this one document of about 45 pages, instead of having to trawl through thousands of pages of standards. That was what's historically been in the market. So it really is a good tool for that. As you say, with the installer community, there are companies that are now adopted this and are carrying it out properly, and there are installers that just aren't aware still. So making the awareness that this guide is sort of one of the things that we at EasyGates are taking very seriously at the moment. And obviously, we've produced quite a few sort of instructional videos on the Code of Practice, which are all viewable on our YouTube channel. So, it's more about what sort of backup we can give to people and help explain it to them. So, like you said, one of the force testing was one of the elements that we've sort of covered in this code of practice. So, carrying out a force test now, as you said, Dave, instead of being 27 or really a minimum of 30 measurements, if you were following the old EN standards, with the DHF code of practice, you've now got 4, maybe 5 measurements as a base level for comparison. Yeah. So, as you know yourself, when you're actually on site and testing gates, which I know you've done in the past, I've done it myself when training customers, you could be spending hours force testing a gate.
Yeah.
Now, it could be minutes. So I think that's one of the big advantages.
Yeah.
I don't know what you get from people who call in for advice. Do you get the same sort of information?
Same sort of thing, but it's mainly about it's clearing up a lot of the grey areas in maintenance, which is the DHF code of practice has now cleared up. It was it's very much black and white now in terms of what is required of you in terms of maintaining a gate and what happens when you go to a gate which isn't
I know what you mean. I know what you're trying to say, Dave. So, the code of practice itself, as well as being a guidance document, it also has templates in there, which an installer can use, customise to their own level, and then obviously produce their own documentation to help with compliance. So it is a great tool. Not only is it guidance, but it's also template packs. So, good piece of work.
Excellent. And the final topic for today's podcast is about the new ASO profiles that have been launched over the last year. There's been a couple recently. One of the more popular ones, I guess, is the new GF 15.25. Small profile, ideal with the KS4 plugs. What's your take? What's your feedback from the industry at the moment for sales?
Well, with all of the ASO range, we've always aimed to have the best performing product on the market. So when we say performance with the safety edge, we mean how quickly it reacts and how much over travel distance we have before we hit dangerous forces. So with this new Centaur Edge profile, 15.25, as Dave says, we have a very small profile which is very suitable for garage doors, small industrial shutter doors. Could even lend itself to things like hinge gaps in swing gates as well. So there's a lot of different applications. As we said, the KS4 assembly system, again, we do have a guide on how this all works on our YouTube EasyGates channel, which basically enables an installer to assemble a safety edge on site, first fix. If he's got the equipment with him, he can measure it up and fit it there and then. Takes him 5 to 10 minutes to do, as opposed to actually having to leave site, take measurements, request equipment to be made up, pre-made safety edge, for instance, an order from another company. The possibilities with the KS4 system just allow that they can install it there on site, no need for return visits, and this is a big benefit.
One of the other key benefits as well is that they've actually tested the newer profile rubbers to test better than some of the older profiles, which are actually in a larger size as well. So what we've found out on some of the 45mm profile rubbers, they're actually testing better response times than the 65mm rubber. So again, there's more cost saving there to be made.
Exactly, Dave. Yeah, as you say, it's the flexibility really, just allowing that extra level of service for people's customers. Installers just find it as a very, very good tangible benefit. Saves them money, saves them time. That's ultimately what people want. So that brings to an end our podcast for today. Thanks very much for your input, Dave. Please keep your eyes peeled for more podcasts in the future. Best place to see us is visiting our website, www.easygatesdirect.co.uk.